Ladies and gentlemen, it is a shame when you get ran out of a city trying to run through that city. All right. Now, I've often come down pretty hard on foreigners in reference to their dick discipline or their ability to control the need for instant gratification. I've come down pretty hard because most foreigners don't set limits, nor do they have limitations for themselves. Now, a lot of you to be like, Doc, man, why do I want to limit myself in the Philippines, man? The Philippines is my oyster, bro. I can have any girl that I want in the Philippines, man. Not true. But you have this thought process, right? Wherein you have the thought that you can have many, many girls in the Philippines and nothing bad will happen. But there have been quite a few occasions wherein some guys have been ran out of cities trying to run through the city, aka they've been ran out of cities trying to talk to and or be with every girl that they possibly can in that city. Now, my man Cal Winston, he's definitely been one of the bigger advocates of this particular talking point, and I agree with him 100%. If you're going to aspire to deal with a large group of women or to have a plethora of women in your corner, likely you should do that in larger cities. Or you could be like my man Charles, and I like to give him a shout out for this one because he's one of the biggest advocates of this one, making sure every girl within your fold is completely understood in what their roles are and everybody goes along and gets along. But when you just try to run through smaller cities or you try to run through the city and get ran out the city, most of the time it comes from dealing with the wrong types of women, dealing with married women, and or dealing with somebody who stood to lose a whole lot more than you, and as a result they did something in order to defamate your character and or say something negative in your image or in your light that would cause people to have a negative thought process about you, right? And I often tell people, man, there's this mentality amongst Filipinas that I've learned a long time ago, which is why I navigate the way that I do, or it was the reasons why I navigated the way that I did. But Filipinas, they don't like to feel trashy or anything like that. So what does that exactly mean? They don't like to feel as though they are just one of many women that a foreigner is dealing with. They don't like that. Not too many women do, but I have learned that some women do want the men that other women do have. Topic of conversation for another day. But most women don't want to feel like they're just one of many. You know? And the reason they don't want to feel that way is because their image and reputation means more to them in their city or their small town than anything in this world. Nobody wants to be known as that one girl who was with that one foreigner guy at one time while he had other girls in the process and or dealing with other women at the exact same time. Right? Because now how do people view this girl? Remember, you're the foreigner, man. If you really want to move around, you probably can. But most times, Filipinos can't just get up and move different places if bad things happen. They're pretty much stuck to sit there and have to deal with the consequences of rumors and or scandals that come about in their name. And what I've learned most about the Asian culture in general is there's this real, real deep connection with the integrity and the deep connection with respect and deep connection with image and things like that in most countries. In Japan, I hear about this more so than in the Philippines, but I have heard about this in the Philippines as well. But people hurt themselves, you know? And that's the way I'm going to leave it. Hurt themselves because they bring shame to the family name, right? In the Philippines, I've heard people hurt themselves because maybe they didn't do good in school, or maybe they were looking for a certain mark, or maybe they needed a certain mark to get something and that mark didn't come, or maybe they didn't pass a licensure exam or something, and as a result they do bad things to themselves. And this is only just schooling. I mean, you can repeat that, you can always find a way to run it back, hopefully if the money permits. But imagine if the stain on your name is the fact that you allowed yourself to be bed by a very, how can I say this? By a foreigner in general. Kind of find the right words, but we'll just say allowing yourself to be bed by a foreigner that was dealing with other women, and everybody knew that this foreigner was dealing with other women. So now there's an embarrassment about it. When you walk outside, people looking at you a certain kind of way, and now all of a sudden it's, oh, that's that girl that was sleeping with that foreign man, right? So, in a way to save face, who knows what they will do? They could hurt themselves or say things to hurt you. You feel me? So, sometimes they'll let it be, but then again, when it comes to saving face, man, you don't know to what extent to what extent a person will be willing to do. And that's the way I've always lived my life. That's how I've always been able to practice dick discipline, because I promise you, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what type of act you thinking to perform on me, who you looking to tell to try to get me effed up, because I promise you, it's your word, the foreigner against the Filipina. In the Philippines, who do you think they're going to believe first? Now, although we had this quick conversation about the Philippines being first come, first serve, and it sounded all good in context and all of that stuff, if you don't know how to set limits for yourself as a foreigner, you are setting yourself up for failure, ultimately. And I know, because I was one of y'all. You think, man, this shit gonna keep lasting, man. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me, blah, 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 blah. You think, keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. Because I know foreigners that thought the exact same thing. And when that reality check hit, let's just say that some people wanted to do some less than favorable things to others. If that is a chance that you are willing to take, by all means, continue running rampant in the Philippines, or continue with the thought process that you can have anybody that you want to without zero ramification. Is the doc being dramatic? I don't know. Is it something worth considering? I at least hope you would. Okay? You don't have to take everything I say as word as bond. But at least I would hope that you would consider adjusting your thought process in certain concerns if you believe that nothing bad can happen as a result of you getting it in like that. Alright? That's my video, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. You guys want to support. You're like, Doc, you know what, man? I fuck with you, homie. Little heart in the corner that says thank you. One of these corners, drop $2 on the book, man. Doc, I highly appreciate it, man. It'll go towards a good cause. Promise you that. More so the channel. But that's it, man. And with that being said, man, the good Doc is officially out. Aalis nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always. Love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Bye-bye. Peace.